August 3rd, 2017, a date that changed football forever. On this day, Paris Saint-Germain paid €122 million for a single player. Not just any player, Neymar Jr., the man who was supposed to be Messi's successor at Barcelona. But this wasn't just a transfer. This was a declaration of war. PSG had just shattered every rule in football, broken the transfer market, and started a chain reaction that we're still feeling today. What most people don't know is that this transfer almost didn't happen. There were secret meetings, last-minute phone calls, and a decision that split the football world in two. By the end of this video, you'll understand how one transfer created the superstar era, destroyed financial fair play, and changed football forever. This is the story of the deal that broke the game. Let's rewind to 2016. Neymar was living in Messi's shadow at Barcelona. He was brilliant, but he was always the supporting actor in Messi's movie. Every goal, every assist, every moment of magic was compared to the little Argentine genius. Neymar was 25 years old and desperate to step out of that shadow. He wanted to be the main character of his own story. He wanted a Ballon d'Or. He wanted to be remembered as one of the greatest players of all time. But at Barcelona, that seemed impossible. Messi was still at his peak. The team was built around him. Neymar would always be second fiddle. Meanwhile, in Paris, something incredible was happening. Qatar Sports Investments, backed by the entire nation of Qatar, had bought PSG in 2011. They had unlimited money and one goal: make PSG the biggest club in the world. They had already signed Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva, and other superstars. But they needed something bigger. They needed a statement signing that would announce PSG as a global superpower. Neymar's father had been having secret conversations with PSG for months. The numbers being discussed were insane. Not just the $222 million transfer fee, but a salary that would make Neymar one of the highest paid athletes in the world. But here's what made this transfer so controversial. The $222 million wasn't paid by PSG directly. It was paid by Qatar's World Cup organizing committee through a series of ambassador deals and sponsorships. This was financial engineering on a scale never seen before. UEFA's financial fair play rules were supposed to prevent exactly this kind of spending. But PSG and their army of lawyers had found loopholes that made the transfer technically legal. The announcement sent shockwaves through football. Barcelona fans felt betrayed. They'd given Neymar everything: trophies, support, a platform to become a superstar. And he'd walked away for money. Real Madrid were furious. They'd been trying to sign Neymar for years and couldn't compete with PSG's financial power. Other clubs realized the game had changed. If PSG could spend $122 million on one player, what did that mean for everyone else? But wait, before I reveal what happened next and how this transfer created the modern football transfer market, I need you to do something. If you're fascinated by the deals that changed football forever, hit that subscribe button right now. Because I spend weeks researching these incredible transfer stories that most people never hear the full truth about. The secret negotiations, the betrayals, the decisions that shape the game we love. Subscribe now, because the next part of this story will blow your mind. The domino effect that Neymar's transfer created is still reshaping football today. The immediate impact was incredible. Within weeks of Neymar's transfer, Barcelona spent $105 million on Ousmane Dembele and $160 million on Philippe Coutinho. They were desperately trying to replace what they lost. Liverpool, who sold Coutinho, then spent $75 million on Virgil van Dijk. Manchester City responded by breaking the transfer record for a goalkeeper with Ederson, then a defender with Kyle Walker. The Neymar transfer had created inflation throughout the entire football economy. Suddenly, average players were worth $50 million. Good players were worth $100 million. Superstars were priceless. But for Neymar personally, the move was transformational. At PSG, he became the undisputed star. Every attack went through him. Every marketing campaign featured him. He was finally the main character. In his first season, PSG won the domestic treble. Neymar scored spectacular goals, produced magical moments, and looked like he was enjoying football again. But the Champions League remained elusive. Despite all the money spent, despite assembling a team of superstars, PSG kept falling short in Europe's biggest competition. The Neymar transfer had also created a monster. Other clubs backed by nation-states realized they could compete with the traditional powers. Manchester City, backed by Abu Dhabi, started spending like never before. Newcastle was bought by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. Football had become a geopolitical chess game, with players as the pieces and transfer fees as weapons. Meanwhile, FIFA and UEFA struggled to maintain any semblance of financial control. The Neymar transfer had exposed how easily their rules could be circumvented by creative accounting and nation-state backing. The human cost was enormous too. Traditional clubs couldn't compete anymore. The gap between the rich and everyone else became a chasm. Smaller leagues were stripped of their best talent as soon as they showed promise. But perhaps the biggest change was cultural. Football moved from being a sport to being entertainment. Players became global brands. Social media followings became as important as goals scored. Neymar himself embodied this change. His transfer announcement video broke the internet. His every move was analyzed, criticized, celebrated. He'd become bigger than the game itself. Looking back now, 6 years later, it's clear that the Neymar transfer was the moment football changed forever. It was the end of the old era and the beginning of something entirely new. The transfer market exploded. Player power reached new heights. Nation-states entered the game. Traditional hierarchies were shattered. Some say it ruined football. Others say it simply evolved the game for a new generation. But everyone agrees on one thing. Nothing was ever the same after August 3, 2017. Neymar got his wish. He stepped out of Messi's shadow and became the main character of his own story. But in doing so, he also became the symbol of everything that's changed in modern football, for better and for worse. So what do you think? Did Neymar's transfer save football by bringing new excitement and investment? Or did it destroy the soul of the beautiful game? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed diving deep into the transfer that changed everything, you need to subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because we're telling the greatest football stories every week. Stories about the deals that shaped the game, the decisions that changed history, and the moments that define our beautiful sport. It's a story involving secret meetings, legal battles, and a betrayal that shocked the football world. Don't miss it. Subscribe now, and I'll see you next week for another story that will change how you see the game forever.